You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. Exactly where episode 3 starts exactly where episode 2 leaves off, which is Taylor and Garrett about to meet. And when they see each other, they hurry over to each other and they kiss immediately. You could tell that at first glance that they are feeling each other, that they are attracted to each other, physically or whatever. And, you can see like them being giddy and them being excited. They start talking about like their expectations versus reality, and if things match up, and if you thought that I look like this, how did you think it was gonna be? And you're exactly how I thought it was gonna be. Like that, they go back and forth with that. They keep kissing or whatever. You can literally see the sexual tension between the two of them. And I feel like their meetup just kind of solidifies their feelings. It just kind of sealed everything in. I feel like it wasn't weird. You could tell that they like each other. You could tell that they're attracted to each other, and you could see the sexual tension. Okay, so then it goes to Ramses and Bodan realizing that they got the same number one, which is Marissa. Then it goes to Bodan and Marissa on, in the pods, like on a date in the pods. He tells her that he found out that her and Ramses is dating as well, and that she is both of their number one. And then like he talk about like the similarities in between the two of them. We're a lot alike. I understand why you like him. We're a lot alike. And he jokes about, the competition and all of this stuff or whatever. And he tells her, like, you're lucky to have both of us, whatever. Like, he's a good sport. He's not getting mad about it. He's not worried about it. He's just making jokes, making light of the situation or whatever, which is cool. They play a card game to get to know each other, and of course they go back into talking about like their time in the military, and they make jokes about their time in the military, and it's really cute. Like, I like the banter between the two of them. I like the jokiness between the two of them. They have a really fun, freeing like relationship, and I like it. And so it goes to Ramses and Marissa. And Ramses tell Marissa that he's insecure about the competition between him and Bodan. And she kind of like reassures him that, she reassures him that she does like him, and that, he don't really got nothing to worry about, and she doesn't want him to allow that to ruin their experience. He says that he tried not to let it ruin their experience. And they talk about like things like their non-traditional values and, no gender roles. And they talk about like, expectations as far as, the duties that they will both have when they are in a committed relationship. And he says since he works remote, he doesn't mind being a stay-at-home dad, and she seems to be happy about it. So now y'all can say that he's a stay-at-home dad. But even so, what is wrong with that? If that's what works for their relationship, nothing is wrong with that. But a lot of times, y'all be projecting y'all feelings onto that situation. But I feel like if she's happy with it, then there's nothing wrong with it. But they seem to me like they mesh well together, and like they get along together. I like them as a couple. They fit to me physically. They look good together and all of those things. And I like them together. Like, they seem to be on one accord as far as how things will go in their relationship. They seem to agree on a lot of things, and I think that's great. So then it goes to Tim and Alex, and they bond over golf, and it gets like competitive, and he's saying like, you can't beat me. And she's like, yes, I can, whatever. You know, they get to know each other, and you know, they have fun, they joke around or whatever. And he mentions that because his interactions with her are usually deep, and like they end up like talking about like deep stuff and getting emotional and stuff, he was curious as to whether they would be able to have fun together. And he tells her that the interaction that he's having with her now shows him that they could have fun together, and he likes that. And I thought that that was important. I'm glad that he recognized that that was important for him, and he was able to get what he wanted. Okay, so then it goes to Tyler and Ashley. Ashley gives Tyler a cake for his birthday. It's his birthday. She gives him a cake and some balloons, and he gives her flowers or whatever. She reads this letter that she wrote to him, and he gets emotional. Both of them get emotional or whatever. And this is where she says that she loves him, because at first Sis was keeping her cards close to her chest, but she finally says that she loves him. And, you know, that's all he needs to hear. He proposes to her on his birthday, and it's so beautiful, and they're both happy. They both get emotional, and I'm happy for them. And you know, he's like, "Is this real? Are you really my fiance?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm your fiance, whatever." And she says she loves him, and like he pauses and like, "What did you say? I didn't hear you." And she's like, I said I love you." And you know, he gets happy to hear that, to hear her tell him that or whatever. And it's so cute. And he was like, she's like, "You proposed to me on your birthday." He's like, "I don't even care about my birthday. I'm just happy that I got a fiance and that you're my fiance." And you know, when they leave the pods and go, my bad, the pain, I kind of forgot for a moment, and I touched it and it started hurting. But when they get to the pods, the girls celebrate her and the guys celebrate him. So you could tell that they really wanted the two of them to be together. So then it goes to Hannah and Brittany talking, and they joke about dating the same person. But I feel like Brittany does not like it. She's trying to keep on a brave face or whatever, but she hates having Hannah as her competition. And in that moment when they were talking, I realized that they are a lot alike, but I feel like Hannah is more immature because she's younger. So Leo and David is talking about Leo is talking about his choice between Brittany and Hannah. And he kind of asked David if he was talking to Hannah, and he was like, "She wasn't your number one, right?" And David is like, "Yeah, she was my number one, but he's like, you know, Hannah is 5'9", I'm 5'8". And I told her that I didn't care about that, and she cut him off. So Hannah seems to really care about physical appearance. She seems to really be insecure about her appearance, to the point that she's cutting off people when she finds out that they are shorter than her. She seems to be an insecure tall girl. Like, she's tall and she's insecure about it. And Leo looks a little confused, like, why would she do that? But she always is talking about her appearance. So I don't know why you would be shocked that she would do that. Brittany is in her confessional crying about how she's not able to use her charm, and she's not able to use her good looks to seduce men. You could tell that she is really frustrated about the fact that she can't use her looks. Like, this is an experiment where her personality has to shine, and she can't use her looks, and she's triggered by the fact that she has to compete with Hannah for Leo. And she's not able to win against her by using her looks. So it goes to Leo and Brittany on a date, and he's apologizing for not giving her what she needs from him, which is basically reassurance that he's leaning more toward her. He keeps saying that he's split and he's still confused and he don't know which one of them that he wants out of the other one. And he's always bringing this up, and it's always their conversation. So she kind of like breaks down and she's upset because it's like, bro, every time I come in here, you're always talking about your connection with somebody else, and I want you to validate me, and you won't validate me. And he says he's scared to validate her because if he doesn't choose her, then he doesn't want to hurt her feelings or like let her down or whatever. And he tells her, I could tell you're a sweet person, and it gets on her nerve. It upsets her because she's like, bro, I don't care about being sweet. Like, I don't care. He starts telling her what he likes about her, and I think that it soothes her, but it also frustrates her further because you're telling me all of these things, but if you really feel like this, then why are you torn between me and this other girl? And I really think that Brittany is able to see how Hannah look, even though Leo is not. And Brittany is comparing Hannah to herself, and she feels like, how dare you pick this fat girl over me? I feel like she feels frustrated because she wants Leo to be able to see both her and Hannah, because she believes that if he sees them, he would choose her over Hannah because she's thinner. And she feels like Hannah is overweight and tall. How dare you pick her over me? Like, I'm supposed to be chosen over her because I look better than her. And I feel like that's really her problem. It's not the fact that, oh, you're split between the two. It's like, you're split between me and another girl and she looks like that. I think Hannah is beautiful. I don't think nothing is wrong with her body. I don't think she's fat, but she is bigger. She is taller. She is bigger than the other girls or whatever. And it kind of reminds me of the Demi and Catherine situation. How Catherine kind of felt some type of way because Oli liked Demi more and it was because of personality, but you cannot get mad that your personality is not better than someone else's. And you feel like if he only could see us, he would choose me, but that is not true. He may still not choose you. It's not all about looks, and this experiment is supposed to be to prove that love is blind, that the physical, even that you don't care about the physical, you care about the insides of person, the personality, the character, and all of those things. And she doesn't like that. She doesn't like that aspect of it because she feels like she's supposed to be his number one. But he has made it clear that Hannah is his number one. And he keeps telling her he feels the same way, but I think he likes Hannah more. And she feels the same way. That's why she is frustrated. And that's why she was crying. Because she feels like, how dare you choose me second to her? And I look better than her. But anyway, it goes to Leo and Hannah's date. And they talk about finances, and he tells her that he has money. He's talking about his money. He would want her to sign a prenup. And she agrees, like, okay, cool, I will sign a prenup. Like, I don't care about that type of stuff. I kind of feel like Leo likes Hannah because she's young and naive. And like, he can get away with a lot of stuff when it comes to her. Like, she's easygoing. Like, he doesn't have to have tough conversations with her like how he got to do with Brittany. Whenever he brings up Brittany, she tells him that she doesn't want to talk about it. Like, let's talk about us. I don't want to talk about your other connection. And I think he likes that. He likes the fact that she's letting him slide with having a connection with somebody else. But that's also because she has a connection with somebody else. Brittany doesn't. That's why it matters more to her, because she doesn't like nobody else. She just likes you. And you're constantly telling her that she's your second choice. So I understand why she is frustrated, but at the same time, her reasons, like looks being her reasons, is so typical. But Hannah tells him that she is actually impressed that he is still working and carry on the family business even though he doesn't have to. And he tells her he really likes that that's the way that she thinks. See, he wants somebody to stroke his ego and make him feel good. And Hannah does that. And Brittany doesn't really do that. But they end up talking about Hannah's weight again, and she talks about how insecure she is, and talks about how when she was younger, her mom put a lock on the cabinet so she wouldn't be able to eat whatever she wants. And now we see where her trauma comes from. It comes from that, the fact that her mom would lock the cabinets to control her weight. Now we see why she's so stuck on the way that she looks, and she's so stuck on her weight. She's insecure about it because it's been an issue her whole life. He tells her that he will love her regardless, and he says that he has strong feelings for her. So next, Nick, D, and Hannah go on a date. She asked him about his transition. I think he ends up trying to talk about her connection with Leo, but she doesn't allow it. She's like, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about your transition from playing football to working a regular job. Hannah seems to be very infatuated with the fact that Nick was he was a football player, and I don't understand because he's not a football player anymore. So why do you care? She seems to be very stuck on that. Oh, he used to play football, I was a cheerleader. What does that have to do with anything? But in the conversation, he does tell her that he was depressed when it happened. And he was saying, but he's better now. He's been able to accept it, and yeah, he's not making he's not rich, and he's not making a lot of money for what he do, which is real estate, because he just started, and you're not going to just be making money right off the bat. But he's been able to accept it now, whatever. They talk about finances, and of course he tells her that he's not rich. She knows that he's not rich. I kind of wonder she would like Leo more because he has money. But I don't know. Hannah doesn't seem like the type that really care about money for real, for real. But I feel like Brittany would. But anyways, she ends up talking about weight again, the conversation with him and the trauma surrounding it. She tells him the same thing that she told Leo, which was her mom put a lock on the cabinet. But Nick laughs at it. He makes a joke about it. He laughs at it. She laughs too. She tells him it's not funny, don't laugh. But he's like, you're laughing too, or whatever. Then he tells her he doesn't care what she looks like. And she's like, okay, cool. And like he says that she feels good, like talking to her feels good, being with her feels good. So then it goes to Monica and Steven. She talks to him about the stuffed bear, and he tells her that he wants her to treat him like a piece of meat sometimes. Like she's like, you mean physically or what? And I'm like, is there any other way to treat somebody like a piece of meat? I think physically is the only way, right? I don't know. But he's like, yeah, sometimes he wants to be treated like a piece of meat. I'm not gonna lie, the two of them annoy me. Them as a couple just get under my skin so bad. They annoy me. She seems like a pushover, and he seems like he has a laundry list of red flags. But we gonna see as this play out. I could be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want her to be happy. Like if they choose each other, I want her to be happy. I want them to be happy. But they say that they're falling in love with each other and yada 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 blah blah blah. So it goes to Ashley and Taylor and their meetup. And their meetup is so like amazing. Probably one of my most favorite meetups aside from Lauren and Cameron and Brett and Tiffany. Um he proposes, they kiss, and then he proposes immediately. Like, I know I proposed to you, but I want to do it again in person. And they seem choked up on tears and like their emotions, and like it's just the chemistry, the connection between the two of them, it just heightened when they were in front of each other. You could tell that he loves the way she looks because he can't stop looking at her. He can't stop kissing her. And like he's just blown away. And he's like, I'm blessed. Like, I'm lucky. Like, you are beautiful. You could tell that they are enamored with each other. He tells her that uh he tells her that she's beautiful, and she tells him that he's handsome, and they're like all caught up in each other. He tears up while he's like looking at her. He's like, I'm not sensitive now. I'm tough. Don't think I'm sensitive. I'm tough. And she's like, I know you're tough, like, or whatever, but I love that you're sensitive or whatever. The first impression is just amazing. He looks like he wants to eat her up. Like, he wants to eat her up. But the first impressions is just, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful to see a Black couple like falling all over each other, being enamored with each other. Like, it's cute. And the only thing he can say is damn, 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 damn. How did I get so lucky? Like, just damn. That's the only word that he knows while looking at her is damn. And I agree. 'Cause damn, she is fine. The body, the face, the personality, she just beautiful. Like, her spirit is just beautiful. She just have this brightness about her. Like, he is very lucky to have found somebody like that. It just sucks that what they got going on is going on, but like I said, we're gonna ignore it for right now. We're gonna talk about it later when it's time to talk about it, okay? I'm gonna mention it every time I talk about them, but like we still gonna like ignore it a little bit. But it just sucks. It sucks so much because like this connection is just so beautiful. It's so heartwarming. It's so amazing to watch. And it's always gotta be something about these niggas. It's always gotta be something. And I just want sis to be happy. I want both of them to be happy. Like, they just seem like such a great couple. It's like, dang, why does it have to be like this always? Something, it's always drama. It's always some hidden agenda. Like, it's almost like, do Love is Blind purposely look for people like this to make the show more popular, to make more people talk about it? Like, are y'all purposely doing this? We already know that y'all don't really vet these people and y'all don't really research them. Y'all just hop in DMs and y'all go by physical appearance and how they look and who they are attracted to. Y'all don't actually go for people who really want to find love and people who really want the commitment, people who serious about it. Y'all go for what's good for TV. And on this season, y'all have the most Black women that y'all have ever had on a TV screen at the same time. And this drama just has to follow that. Why? Why? But anyway, it goes to Nick and Hannah. And she is like, bigging him up, like, she's telling him that there's more to him that people think, and she's like giving him compliments, like, you're a good guy, and there's more to you than people think, and like, he's eating it up and stuff like that. And he tells her that he's in love with her. She says that she feels the same way about him. Poor Leo. Poor Leo. And he brings up her other connection, like, I know you got another connection or whatever, and she's like, forget that, I love you too. Okay, I love you too. Forget that man. I love you too. Let's put him to the side. I love you too. I love you too. And he's happy to say it. And they're both celebrating and they're going back and forth. Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, I love you too. Oh my God, love. Oh my God, it's crazy. We're in love. Oh my God, I love you so much. Oh my God. But no proposal. All of this love and I'm in love and I love you and oh my God and this and all that. No ring. The ring is not on her finger. No proposal. All of this for nothing. No proposal. So I'm gonna need y'all to calm down. Both of y'all, calm down. Okay? So then it goes to Leo and Brittany, and like he has his blanket and some food for her. You know, he tells her to smell his blanket and she's like, it smells good. And she's excited that he did that for her. She's happy. And, you know, they sit down, you know, they're chilling, they're talking, they're eating their food. And he asks her, what type of ring does she like? And she tells him she doesn't want to answer that question if his feelings are still split. And he says that they are still split. And she's like, are you gonna ask her this question too? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna ask her this question too. And she's like, do you even want to propose to either one of us? And he's like, I want to propose to both of y'all. I'm like, does this nigga know how this works? You can't have both of them. This is not throuple. This is not couple to throuple. This is Love is Blind. You only can date one person. What are you talking about? She gets annoyed with him, and I would too, because why are you constantly bringing up this girl every time I try to have a moment with you? Why are you always bringing this conversation up? I would really think that he like Hannah more, and he do. He does like Hannah more. But it's like he enjoys the fact that Brittany has feelings for him and like telling her, like crushing her, like, oh yeah, the other girl. But you know, she gets annoyed. He tries to win her over with the ring talk by telling her, describing the ring that he feels she would like, and eventually it works. It works eventually because Brittany is materialistic. All she cares about is money and things. And if she ends up with this man because of that reason, then that's her business. Okay. It just kind of seems like he's playing with her or whatever. And the conversation about the ring was dry to me. It just wasn't interesting. It wasn't even entertaining. Like, it was just dry. It was boring. He gives her like the kisses that they usually do, the air kisses, but she doesn't do it back. She says she's frustrated that he's torn between Hannah and her. And she asks him what happens tomorrow, and he says he doesn't know. So they go back to the commons area, and Leo wants to ask Hannah why her and Nick reconnected. And he's asking one of the guys if he feels like he should. Hannah goes back to the women's quarters and says that Nick is her man. Like, he's my boyfriend, y'all. He's my man, whatever. She's celebrating and they're celebrating. So then it goes to Leo and Hannah in the pods. Hannah tells him that she loves Nick. And she says that like as soon as they got in there. She's like, you know, I love Nick or whatever. He asked if they decided, you know, if they're gonna be together. And she said, yeah, like, did y'all decide this together? And she's like, yeah, we did. He says he loved me. I said I love him back. He tries to convince her that he's into her. She tells him that she's confused because he keeps saying that he's split between her and Brittany. And it's really not fair that you have these two options and you're not trying to choose between the two of us, but you're trying to make me choose. You're trying to manipulate me into picking your side. He's trying to force her to tell him that he still has a chance. And her reasonings for moving on to Nick are valid. Like, you keep saying that you're split. You keep saying that you like both of us and you can't like both of us. You have to choose and you won't choose. So why do you expect me to put all of my eggs in your basket? No, like, I'm not choosing. She keeps saying that she's confused. I actually was glad that she didn't give him the answer that he wanted because he doesn't deserve it. And I felt like he was trying to guilt her, manipulate her into choosing him. And it was messed up to me. He asked her if it's set in stone. And she tells him you need to be sure about who you like. And he still isn't giving her answer. He like, is it set in stone? He gives her answer. He tells her, I have another connection, but I want you. I wanted to come talk to you. He asked her, like, if I got on my knees and asked you to marry me right now, would it be a yes? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, I don't feel like you really want to be with Nick. I feel like he asked you first, and so you're going with whoever asked you first, and you're going to get married to whoever asked you first. Trying to make her feel stupid, trying to make her feel like she made a bad decision or whatever. And it's so messed up to me, and I just feel like she don't need to be with him. Let Brittany deal with that. Since she wanted so bad, let Brittany deal with it. She says she doesn't want someone who isn't sure about her, and Nick has been sure about her. That's the only connection that he has. Leo affirms that, yeah, you are the only one that Nick wants, but I don't want you to choose him just because he asked you first or whatever. He is very desperate to prove that he wants her or whatever, but she still doesn't give him an answer, and I'm glad she doesn't. He asked her if it was too late for him to convince her that she should choose him, and the episode goes off before she can answer the question. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this episode. Do y'all think that Leo was trying to manipulate Hannah, or do you feel like he really liked her and he just wants an answer? How do y'all feel about that whole, like, it's not love triangle, love square? How do y'all feel about that? I feel like it's really toxic. I feel like Leo is making it toxic too by continuously talking about those girls to each other and, like, not choosing between the two of them, not even wanting to say which one he likes more, but expecting Hannah to choose. Sorry, I hate if something feel like something in my eye. But he expects Hannah to choose between him and Nick. And I feel like it's unfair. And I'm glad that she didn't give him the answers that he was looking for. But I am interested in seeing how that whole thing is gonna play out between the four of them, because that whole situation is crazy. Nick, Hannah, Leo, and Brittany. It's a crazy situation. But let me know what y'all think about that situation. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. No matter how much time had passed, I could never get over the summer that changed my life forever. I had created a foolproof plan that would have worked if I didn't allow the kleptomaniac to lead me astray and let Dizzy steal the foot action delivery truck for me. I could feel that it was a bad idea, but I let him do it anyway. So, I had to live the last 3 years without him. If that weren't bad enough, my daddy and uncles were training me like they were preparing me for a secret war or something. I thought it was a part of my punishment from my first failed job, but I was starting to question their intentions. While I was fighting depression, anxiety, and kleptomania, the three of them had been up to no good. However, I had so many problems of my own to worry about that I just stuck with my training since it was therapeutic. My main concern was facing my demons so I could decide if I get my crew back together once Dizzy came back home from DJJ. Plus, I was at war with the people at my school who were against me for being special. As much as I despised that word, I had a feeling that I would be forced to accept it since so many people were counting on me. I was struggling to accept my purpose, but I saw hope beaming from my family's eyes when they looked at me, and I didn't want to let them down. I saw envy in the eyes of my teachers and classmates when I was at school, but I wouldn't let it deter me. When I looked into my own eyes, I saw a girl that just wanted to be understood. Before you go, check out my website at srgrahamwrites.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.